Hello, and welcome to Conspiracies, Seriously, and More Theories.
Hello, and welcome to the first episodes of Conspiracies.
Seriously?
And more theories.
Today, we'll be talking about our most favorite, our favorite cryptids and true crime cases. I'm your host, Kurt Collingwood, the angelic being.
I'm the co-host, Gert.
And I'm your other co-host,
Apollo.
the Living TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apollo.
Right. So, today, my topic will be John Wayne Gacy, alright? Since it's spooky season, spooky month. Everyone hates clowns. So John Wayne Gacy was an American serial killer, of course, who was also certain R word we're not supposed to say on YouTube. You know, the funny thing that we're not supposed to say, definitely.
He believed in older times, and that's what we could say.
And he took the lives of at least 33 young males in Cook County, Illinois. Burying most under his house, you know, like a little freak of nature. Like, look at this guy. He's weird.
That's true. He looks really weird.
That's why I don't like clowns.
He looks like a mix of like the fucking Hamburglar and Ronald McDonald. He's a little fucking fiend. And yes,
he looks greasy.
Yeah, he is very greasy. So let's see here. Other bodies were recovered from the nearby Des Plaines River. So I'm pretty sure he just like dumped them in the river because it was like fucking smelly as shit. You know.
Yeah.
Regular body things.
Bodies do that. They do. They smell bad. Probably taste bad too.
Yeah. Let's see here. His early life, Gacy was born on March 17th, 1942. So that's like during World War II. World War II ended in 45 for Europe, but for America, it ended in 46.
That's at least 12 years old. Like, it gotta be at least there. At least 12.
At least 12.
At least 12?
Yeah, you know. At least 12.
At least 12 years old.
Okay. Let's see here.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Exactly. And that's why you can't dispute this fact. I'm always right.
So let's see here. So, he was born in Chicago, Illinois, the son of Danish and Polish parents. Gacy and his siblings grew up with an alcoholic father who would beat the children with a razor strap. If they were perceived to have misbehaved, his father physically assaulted Gacy's mother as well. What the fuck? Ugh.
Yeah, well, that sounds
And the mom?
does sound like a good birthday party. That's all I'm saying. pretty cheap birthday party.
We're gonna get demonetized so fast, Gert. I mean, we're already demonetized because I said fuck like in like the first few seconds.
Yeah,
that's okay. We have the other
platforms. You've done more for demonetization than I have.
Find us on several platforms.
Yeah.
Here are all the platforms.
TikTok, probably Twitter, and Spotify soon.
TM. Soon TM.
Yeah. Soon trademark. Yeah. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Back to John Wayne Gacy's
Oh yes, back to the clown
spiel.
I Oh, hey, you're spoiling it, Apollo. Maybe the audience doesn't know.
Yeah. They don't know.
say
yet.
that.
We showed a picture of him being a clown.
Yeah.
John, no.
He's literally a fucking greasy ass clown that eats kids
Okay.
like hamburgers.
Just because it shows him being a clown doesn't mean they know. Listen, to all our blind and audio listeners, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, people could be listening and not looking.
Oh right.
I'm sorry, I ruined it for you. He's a clown.
I'm
always right.
All right. So, Gacy's sister Karen. Who names her kid Karen? I mean, obviously someone from the fucking
1940.
40s. I'm sorry. Pardon my French.
You don't speak French.
Gacy's sister Karen would later say that the siblings learned to toughen up against the beatings and that Gacy would not cry. That's like the first sign of a psychopath, right? Where like you don't cry at all, you have like zero emotions. Or would that be a sociopath?
I feel like that's more a sociopath.
Sociopath, no emotion, but like psychopath, they're fucking crazy as shit.
He wasn't normal. That's
We're probably
why.
wrong.
Obviously,
no
a
one
normal kid would
spot
not
check
cry
us.
from
just let us
getting
be
beat.
wrong.
I mean, I might cry from getting beat even now. Like, honestly, I fear what Apollo will do to me.
For free?
No, I'd have to do something heinous.
Oh,
So it's like the opposite of free.
I've never actually been in a physical fight.
Perfect.
I've been in 4 physical fights in my whole entire life. And only 3 I've won. One, I kind of got jumped.
Can I just mention how I'm listening to the Cantina Band theme on repeat right now?
You're listening to that
I'm
while
so
we're
glad
recording?
you're focused.
I mean, it's helping me focus. It really
I mean,
is.
yeah. You're actually keeping up with the conversation, so that's kudos to you.
I do a little jiggy dance. It's not my fault.
You little schmoovin'.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Gacy suffered further alienation at school, unable to play with other children due to a congenital. Sorry, my first language was not English when I was a kid, so I pronounce stuff weirdly, and I don't know more words. So watch out for that. That's my reason. Congenital heart condition that was looked upon
Congenital.
Congenital? That's the fucking
Congenital.
word?
Heart.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's spelled weird. I don't blame you. It is spelled weird.
Yeah. Let's see here. So a heart condition that was looked upon by his father as another failing. He later realized he was attracted to men and experienced great turmoil over his sexuality. So I guess back then his dad don't like that. He said the no word that we're also not supposed to say on YouTube that starts with an F.
It was
Gay.
the 40s.
It was the 40s.
Oh, that starts with a G.
Apollo. F and you muted the laugh. That's not unmute.
No, unmute right now. You don't get to censor yourself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna let YouTube and everything else do that for us.
Yeah.
My apologies.
It's fine.
F and G are not the same letter. I'm still learning my alphabet.
Was your first language English as well?
No, parlez-vous français?
Oh no.
Jamapel Kurt Collingwood. I think all I said was I'm Kurt Collingwood.
Ich spreche Französisch.
No, English is my first language. I'm not gonna lie to you.
English was not my first language. My
and
first
you're
language
still
was
learning.
Vietnamese. Second was Japanese, and my third one was English. Also, we should
Ironically enough, John Wayne Gacy's first language is also Vietnamese. That's a lie. Don't believe that.
Yeah, don't believe that. Don't believe Gert. Back to the conversation. We kind of,
That's what I just did. Never mind.
We kind of got out of the, our little presentation of the greasy blob over here. So in his teenage years / I think adult years, from the years I'm seeing, Gacy worked as a fast food chain manager during the 1960s. So obviously fast food popped off in the 60s, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Really well. It was doing really well. And became a self-made building contractor and Democratic precinct captain in the Chicago suburbs in the 1970s. He was making a big name for himself.
So for context, he's like 30 now.
Yeah, he's like 30,
and big name. He's being successful.
Doing all that shit, and he was gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. You can be successful.
Right. Just gonna get a husband. Now.
Yeah, he's popping off.
Yeah, he's popping 30, off. Even though he's a fucking serial killer, he's popping
no. At this point, he hadn't killed anyone. He's an innocent man.
Not yet. He was just gay.
All right, yeah. What is that? That has nothing to do with being innocent.
No. He was gay back then. He wasn't a murderer.
Yeah. So he's living the American dream.
I mean, obviously, being gay back then was a crime. Now it's not. It's just looked down upon, apparently.
Yeah, it was not a crime. It was not legal to marry.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well liked in his community, Gacy organized Gacy organized cultural gatherings and was active in political organizations and the JC Civic Group. He was married and divorced twice and had 2 biological children in addition to his 2
stepdaughters. He got a husband. Oh, wait, stepdaughter.
Just saying.
He got a wife.
Yeah, saying, for a gay man, he has a lot of sex.
Yeah. Honestly, this dude fucks. All right.
This guy fucks.
Yeah, this guy fucks.
This serial killer clown who's done atrocities, he fucks.
I mean, this is before he was,
Look at his face.
Yeah, look at him.
That's the face of an eligible bachelor.
And if you listeners don't just believe, you can, because if that guy fucks, so can you.
I know.
You can do it. He can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. He can do it. Probably you can't, because you're a TV.
I can do it, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be just admitted to be like Gacy in any way.
No one would want to be Gacy.
No one would want to be gay. See? That's a joke.
I don't know why that blew my mind.
Please don't take us down.
That's a joke, listeners.
Blew my mind.
What can I say? I'm like Einstein, but a little worse in every way.
Next slide. Boop. So Gacy was a member of a Chicago area called Jolly Joker Clown Club and frequently performed in clown attire and makeup at children's parties / charity fundraisers and other events as his alter egos Pogo the Clown or Patches the Clown.
That doesn't sound like a creepy thing. Like a group of grown men.
That's where it comes in. That's where the spoiler content comes in.
This is everything that led up. This is his villain arc right here.
Yeah, this is like
Joker arc.
Yeah.
You see, Batman?
He's gonna be dancing
in the 60s. You can't be gay. All right. I don't know where I was going to go with that.
I don't know where you're going either, but let's steer it back on course. We're like a train track. We can't really steer, dude. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the conductor here. I just work here. All right.
I don't know how you managed to turn a
He's
train.
driving the train, but we keep changing the tracks every time you and I say stuff.
You guys are at the train station going ee-oo, with a little stick.
What's this lever
And this
do?
has everything to do with his clown persona, in fact. In
Yes,
fact,
yes.
trains, he loved trains. John Wayne Gacy loves trains. I love trains.
Are you John
Anyways.
Wayne Gacy?
No.
He likes trains?
No.
That was
We
a
don't
lie,
know.
audience. I lied.
Why?
I was just trying to do a
Don't
smooth
trust
segue.
this man.
He
Don't
might.
This
don't
guy
ever
didn't-
trust this
this-
man.
I'm the liar. But I'm also always right, so check me out.
Yeah, check him out. Check him out. Let's see here. Click. The killer clown sometimes lured his victims with the promise of construction work or some other ruse, and then captured, sexually assaulted, tortured, and eventually strangled most of them in his hands or with a rope. So since he was a leader of the community and was like a small little community politician guy, you'd like offer them jobs and just fucking kill them and do nasty
hey, you want to
things.
come clean my pool? Psych.
And fucking,
I don't
You're
know about
dead.
you, but if a clown offered me to hammer nails all day, personally, I'd take it right away, dude. A clown's like, "Hey, Sonny, you wanna fucking build my house?" Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You kidding? Give me that board and nail. Oh wait, I'm being hung.
I don't think he was in, did it in the clown costume. I think he like said, did it normally and then killed them in the clown costume,
See, that's totally unreasonable. He's a clown for life. Bozo, he's like Bozo the clown. He is the
Look at this
friendliest
guy.
Look at him. Look at him. Like,
Look at
you
his
can't
goofy
tell me
face.
he wasn't committed. He was 24/7 clown guy, I think. Don't fact check me, Twitter.
They're gonna hang you at the stake, Kurt. All right. Years later, during a conversation with detectives while he was under surveillance, Gacy discussed his work as a clown, remarking, "Clowns can get away with murder."
Well,
You know,
that's not
it's
ominous to tell the cops.
Yeah. That's
It's
not helping your
true.
case there, buddy.
Oh, no, think about it. It's true. How many murders did he get away with as a clown?
33.
Way more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
And
know
that's
what?
more than I've
This
committed.
is right.
That's
this
like
is right.
at least double than I've committed. Wait.
Wait, Kurt, you got something to say?
Nope. Keep going. Why do we stop the train?
I'm blinking. Help.
You don't got enough eyes. Which
I
eyes
can't
are
blink.
blinking?
My face is painted on my screen.
I got a helmet on. I could blink all I want. No one knows.
Okay.
That's what I got gloves for a reason. Check out the murders. Look up what happened in Colorado in 1902.
So
Watch as there's an actual murder in people's.
1902. I'd be dead, I think.
yeah.
No, you not
Well,
dead.
you wouldn't
but
be
not,
alive. Like, you wouldn't even be a fetus yet.
But you wouldn't be dead. But you're not existing yet.
Yeah,
But you're
exactly.
not dead.
I'm just saying, if I did commit the murders in Colorado in 1902, I would be dead. I think.
Oh my god.
Aren't you like?
Anyways, Gacy.
Okay. Oh, right. So in 1968, Gacy was convicted of sexually assaulting 2 teen boys and given a 10-year prison sentence. He was released on parole in the summer of 1970 and was arrested again the following year after a teen accused Gacy of sexual assault. The charges were dropped when the boy didn't appear during the trial. I wonder fucking why.
How his
I
wife
don't know.
felt about that one.
It's truly mysterious. I really don't know where the team could have gone.
I guess you're free to go, Gacy. Like. I think
to
you're
be
free to
fair,
go, Gacy. He's not
just
here.
murdering. That's not normal. I don't think that's normal to be expected when you're in that position. So I mean, cut them a break. I wouldn't just randomly murder
Listen, if you
wouldn't there
ever
be a
watch
cop
or
checking
listen to
up on him?
true crime, cops just seemed really dumb back then.
Yeah, no. They
just gonna
seem
say
really,
that.
Back
really...
then?
In
Back then.
hindsight,
In hindsight, wow.
It's
well, we're
still
talking like
happens to this day.
the 60s, 70s, and 80s. All the true crime that happened back then, the cops just seem really slow. Have you ever watched true crime?
Yes, I have. I've seen what
Nah.
they did for
You know
the
what I
Jeffrey
mean.
Dahmer
Yeah, I had no
case.
inspiration
Coming
whatsoever
soon,
at
by the
all.
way. Coming soon.
Kurt, you've been going for quite a bit. If you're like halfway through your time, you got to get going.
Let's
Haven't even
see.
presented your snallygaster
It's
or whatever
okay.
the fuck.
My stories are short. I'll
Alright.
make up for the time.
Yeah. By the middle of the 1990s, 2 more young males accused Gacy of the R word. And he would be questioned by police and the differences of others. Oh, the disappearances of others. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm
It's
going.
okay, guys. It's Vietnamese.
No, I'm Vietnamese Japanese. I'm more. I'm half and half.
Coffee.
Keep going.
What?
Yeah, I'm
What?
coffee. Let's see here. On December 11th, 1978, 15-year-old Robert Peast went missing. It was reported to the police that the boy was last seen by his mother at a drugstore where he worked before he headed out to meet Gacy to discuss a potential construction job. So he didn't approach him in the clown costume before, and he's like, "Come over here, boy. I'm gonna give you a construction job."
I'm down
The
there.
pool boy.
Yeah,
You want to come work on my pool? Dead.
dead.
Just like
Absolutely,
I said.
fucking dead.
That's like the Wendy's cashier when they don't give you enough barbecue sauce, and I pull out my 357 Magnum. Dead.
fucking-
Focus.
Oh,
Anyways.
we're getting off track here a lot.
I mean, gives us character.
Yeah.
We are never going to be on track.
No.
We're never gonna. In 1 million views by tomorrow, though. He said so. Okay.
Oh. 10 days later, a police search of Gacy's house in Norwood Park, Illinois, uncovered evidence of his involvement in numerous crimes, including murder.
That's so me.
That's it. Just murder. Nothing
That's so me.
else. It was later discovered that Gacy had committed his first known killing in 1972, taking the life of 16-year-old Timothy McCoy after luring the youth to his home.
Oh.
Yeah, remember you want some cookies, little boy? He's like Herbert the pervert, but a clown.
I think the whole "don't take candy from strangers" came around way before Herbert the pervert, so we could have gone there.
Yeah.
But Family Guy reference for all you viewers at
Yeah.
home and listeners. I bet you love Family Guy. Quagmire's your favorite.
Let's see here. After a lengthy period of police surveillance and investigation, and the discovery of several trenches filled with human remains in the crawl space beneath his house, Gacy eventually confessed to killing about 30 people.
Do you know how the police wanted to search his house and why?
So from what I'm reading here, by the way, I just shoved a bunch of information inside of Google Doc.
Should I want you to know, I know this entire story.
I know this story as well.
Yeah. They figured it out because the vent.
Yeah.
One of the cops walked past a vent in his bathroom, and he already knew what corpses smelled like because he used to be like a detective.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "I smelled death, so I knew we had to come back with a warrant." And that's when they went underneath the house.
Yeah, because he invited the cops in for dinner, like a nice guy. And the cop had to use the bathroom.
Thing to do.
Well, because they were tailing him, and so he was trying to like coax them and be like, "Oh, I'm a nice guy," and then they're like, "We smell dead bodies."
And you know what? It wasn't his Old Spice. We know that much.
Whoops! All search warrant.
Oh, whoopsie! No, that happened.
Yeah. Let's see here. Victim number 24. Over the years, there have been lingering concerns that Gacy may have been responsible for the deaths of other people whose bodies have yet to be found. And when police uncovered human remains in Gacy's house in 1978, 8 bodies could not be identified. So either they were like rotting before rotting, so you don't even know what the fuck it is. It could have been like a dead dog or something, or he could have like fucking mutilated the shit out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see here. More recently, Cook County authorities used DNA evidence to identify Gacy's unidentified victims in 2017. One of those men, victim number 24, was identified as 16-year-old James Jimmy Byron Hakinson. That's a long ass last name.
That's
It's
a
a
great
mouthful.
name. I love that name though.
Yeah. In 1976, Hakinson's left his home in St. Paul, Minnesota, and traveled to Chicago to begin a life in the city. On August 5th, he called his mother to let her know he had arrived. However, police believe Gacy killed him shortly thereafter. Oh, that's sad. He's like,
That
Mom,
is.
I arrived, Mom. I'm gonna start a new life. I love you. I'll make sure to visit on Christmas. Fucking puts the
They
Played.
phone
probably
in the
didn't even
little
know he
thing.
was dead because if he was never put out like missing,
Right.
she
So
probably just thought,
yeah, he
"Oh,
never
he just doesn't
visited.
love me anymore."
Yeah, that's really sad actually. Goddamn, now you made me
Yeah.
sad. I'm kidding.
Have you reached the end of your segment? Because
Well, they speculated that a lot of the bodies that were never like identified were runaways because there was a runaway teen problem back then.
Yeah.
So
well, they all felt invincible. They had just come off the backs of the generation that the Great War. They ended the Second World War.
And they
They
thought they
thought
were all
they thought
invincible.
they were everything. They thought
Yeah. They
nothing
thought
of
they
it.
were hot shit.
Well, their parents did, and they took that attitude and ran with it, quite literally.
Let's see here. John Wayne Gacy's house. All right. It's like the murder house of uh Jack the Ripper. His house was like a fucking murder castle. Uh so Gacy's house was located at 8213 West Somerdale Avenue in Norwood Park, just east of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. On several occasions, visitors and family members reported that the house had an unusual stench, which Gacy attributed to mold or rodents. So it smelled so fucking bad it like seeped into the neighborhood, basically.
Sounds like my bathroom.
Yeah. He just like me for real, for real. Um, let's see here. A simple one-story ranch house in a middle-class neighborhood. Gacy had outfitted his home with a trapdoor leading to a crawl space beneath the house, where he would dispose of many of his victims' bodies. Others were buried in the backyard or dumped in the nearby Des Plaines River. In 1978, with Gacy under arrest, the house was dismantled in an effort to find more evidence. The following year, the house and all structures on the property were demolished, and a new house was eventually built on the property. According to one worker involved in the demolition of Gacy's house, if the devil's alive, he lived here. That's a good ass quote.
Personally, I wouldn't take that.
I wouldn't take that type of level of disrespect.
Yeah,
But that's just me, you know?
that's just me.
Let's see here. So his trial and pleading. Gacy's trial began on February 6, 1980, with Gacy having confessed to the crimes. The arguments were focused on whether he could be declared insane and thus readmitted to a state mental facility. Gacy had told police that the murders have been committed by an alternate personality, while mental health professionals testified for both sides about Gacy's mental health. So he's Moon Knight. This guy's Moon Knight, but a clown.
Yeah?
Yeah. After
I thought that was you.
I'm invested in the story. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Me too.
The story. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Me too.
After a short jury deliberation, Gacy was ultimately found guilty of committing 33 murders, and he became known as one of the most ruthless serial killers in U.S. history. He was sentenced to serve 12 death sentences and 21 natural life sentences. God motherfucking damn!
Like, if we can kill him 12 times, we would.
So we're just gonna put you there for 21 life sentences.
Can I propose a hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
There was this one guy who had a life sentence, and he died and was resuscitated. He was medically dead, though, and he argued that he had served his life sentence. I do believe he did end up getting out. I'm not sure. Audience at home, maybe do some googling.
Yeah.
But if he were to, say die and be resuscitated 12 times, would he then only have to serve out his lifetime sentences after consuming the souls of the teens he murdered? I think he might be able to do it.
I guess so. That's
My brain hurts from weight.
that's a question for the Necronomicon over there.
That's true.
We
We'll
do
have to-
have 3 copies of the Necronomicon. We don't know which one's real though. That's why we have an EVP detector over there.
top of one of them though. So if
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
that one, we're fucked.
Yeah, we probably have like one of the fucking. I think that one has a page of Azeroth's summoning. I don't know. Okay. John Wayne Gacy's execution. Gacy was imprisoned at the Menard Correctional Center in Illinois for almost a decade and a half, appealing the sentence and offering contradictory statements on the murders in interviews. Though he had confessed, Gacy later denied being guilty of the charges and had a 900 telephone number set up with a 12-minute recorded statement declaring his innocence, as both anti-death penalty forces and those in favor of the execution made their opinions known. Gacy died by lethal injection on May 10th, 1994 at the Stateville Correctional Center in Crest Hill, Illinois.
It's a shame that fucker didn't get the electric chair.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck the sponge. You're getting straight up lightning.
Exactly.
This man, okay. I'm not the one to like say you're gonna die a fucking brutal death when it's your time, but this man deserved it.
I'd put him in a wood chipper feet first, personally.
Yeah.
If I had to.
Like, a motherfucker that looks like a Discord mod. Should this
And a clown.
Yeah, and he's a fucking clown. And he touched little boys. He groomed them in Gen Z terms.
I hope there's no one over 30 watching this. I'm so sorry if there is.
Yeah. I'm real sorry. So John Wayne Gacy's art. Okay, this part's kind of interesting to me. Probably very interesting to you guys. You true crimers out there. We love you. Except the ones that fucking fantasize about murderers. You guys are really
Don't do what this guy
You
did.
sickos!
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Go ahead and tickle my dendrites with your information now.
Okay, so while in prison at the Menard's Correctional Center, Gacy took up studying the visual arts, especially painting. His paintings were shown to the public via an exhibition at Chicago Gallery. Many of his paintings depict Gacy as Pogo the Clown, so I'm guessing this guy actually thought he had. Go ahead.
He just drew himself as Pogo the Clown over and over again.
Yeah, basically.
Furry
If
OC.
that doesn't
Oh
say
my god.
I'm crazy
He has an
than
OC.
drawing myself
Oh my
as a
god.
fucking clown over and over again.
All right. In 2017, Moloch's auction in Shropshire, UK, auctioned off a number of Gacy's artwork as well as crime scene pictures from Gacy's trial. 3 of Gacy's paintings included 2 originals of I'm Pogo the Clown, and They Call Him Mr. Gacy, sold for €4,000 and uh, 325 euros, respectively. 8 other works went unsold.
Can I buy them?
I guess a lot of people didn't want to have a creepy clown man in their house.
No one would. No one would. Yeah, unless if you're a collector.
I'll put it right in front of the toilet.
Nah, the clown
so when
fuckers
you're
wanted it.
shitting, you just gotta look at it. For the guests, of course.
I won't name who I know, but I know they're listening, and they have a picture of a sloth watching them while they go.
Oh my god.
I won't name who it is.
Well, why don't we
You know
replace
who
that
you
sloth
are.
with John Wayne Gacy? Win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. All
And you
right.
could listen to the podcast on the toilet, so you could be fully immersed.
What the fuck?
Shout
Keep going. We gotta keep going.
Shout out to all my poopers out there.
This is the first episode, and we're already doing this. All right.
You got me on here. What did you expect?
You good, Apollo?
I'm super good. We should continue.
All right. Click. Okay, so we're done with John Wayne Gacy. Now we're moving on to my favorite cryptid of possibly all time. I like its story. We're talking about the Jersey Devil. Look at this guy. Look at this
I know
little
that guy.
goober.
Ugly looking.
I love that guy.
Looking boy.
I love that guy.
Let me put on another picture of him. A good one though. Fan art. He's got fan art. So much fan art. Look at this
I'm a
motherfucker.
fan.
He looks like a dragon.
Oh yeah.
He probably
That's
something
my
you slayed
impression of
before,
it.
Mr. Knight.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to New Jersey.
Probably not. Okay.
Isn't the Jersey Devil not actually from Jersey?
Well, why don't you tell us, Kurt?
yeah.
Go ahead. Tell us.
Let us commence. Okay. So, the New Jersey Pinelands is home to miles of pine trees and sandy roads, but it is also home to New Jersey's most infamous resident, the New Jersey Devil.
Yo.
Designated in 1938 as the country's only state demon. Oh, he's the only country state demon. Damn. I thought the fucking...
I'm gonna have to change
We
that.
have a state demon? They have a state...
Yeah,
Damn it.
there's a thing as
Other
state demons?
states.
What?
Catch up.
I want a state demon.
Catch up, other states.
Yeah. Fucking
I got
Christ.
Bigfoot. What else have I got? I want like, I don't know.
Let's see here. The Jersey Devil is described as a kangaroo-like creature with the face of a horse, the head of a dog, bat-like wings, and horns and a tail. For more
Sounds just like your mother.
Fuck you! I kill you!
She's a lovely lady.
For more than 250 years, this mysterious creature is said to prowl through the marshes of southern New Jersey and emerge periodically to rampage through the towns and cities. The most wildly held belief about the origin of the Jersey Devil is that Mrs. Leeds, resident of East Estelville, was distraught when she learned that she was expecting for the 13th time. In disgust, she cried out, "Let it be a devil!" The story continues.
Jeez, imagine being so mad that you have a 13th child that you're like,
Put on a
fuck this
fucking
shit.
condom.
Cursed.
I mean, probably condoms didn't exist back then.
What time was this actually? What year? Don't ask why I know when the condom was made.
I think like What's 270 years from now?
Just so
Ago.
1700 condoms did
Ago,
exist.
ago.
They used sheep intestines.
Yeah.
It's disgusting but true.
All right. So, uh, she cried out, "Let it be let it be the devil," and that the child
Lord.
arrived, and it was a baby devil. The creature then gave a screech, unfolded its wings, and flew out the window into the adjacent swamp. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna like shoot you out, like.
I mean, think about it. That
That was
thing's already
beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm clipping.
that thing.
That's
That's going on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's
that one's
going on
going on
TikTok.
I'll put it in the link.
Anyhow,
Look at the links. Let's see.
fucking that thing's impressive. I mean, a human can even walk for like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
years after
Not
born.
even
The Jersey
baby
Devil,
birds could
that thing just shot out the womb, dude. That was
shot out
impressive.
the womb and start flapping its wings. Birds couldn't even do that as soon as they're out of the egg.
And what was the sound it made? Why don't you do that again?
It was like,
You didn't really have to, man.
God damn it.
Thank you.
What is
I'm
my
a bad
life?
I'm a bad influence, ladies and gents.
Let's see here. Countless stories have circulated describing the devils as escapes escapees. I don't know that word. I'm sorry. English bad
Escapees.
for me. Yeah.
Let's go with escapees.
That's
Yeah,
not the word. I
escapees.
just escape.
Oh, escape.
I don't think that's the word. I'm just saying
Oh.
escape.
Raiding
Escape.
chicken coops and farms, destroying crops and killing animals. His presence has been seen and felt by many in at least 50 different towns. When he emerges from his natural lair in the pinelands and wanders throughout southern New Jersey, sometimes intriguing and sometimes terrorizing residents, possesses residents possesses were constantly formed to apprehend the devil, but to no avail, and at one point as much as $100,000. Okay, so they put a bounty on this motherfucker. That's funny.
Whoever kills the little demon baby can have 1,000.
I mean, it's not a baby anymore.
Well,
It's
why don't you tell us about the famous person who tried, Kurt? Who was
Theodore
going
Roo-
to?
it was a hoax. Theodore Roosevelt was gonna fucking pop a cap in Jersey Devil.
Former President Teddy Roosevelt was
Yeah,
hunting this thing.
He
was
was gonna
about
use
to.
a Sharps rifle, which is like an elephant gun, but it uses 44, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, and he was going to delay a safari to Africa to shoot this thing.
This man was crazy. Teddy
To
Roosevelt
shoot
was a
a-
fucking beast.
He was
Did you want to shoot
he was
an elephant
committed.
or a demon? Think about it. What's cooler to shoot?
I take a demon personally.
Yeah,
personally though,
I'd hunt down a fucking demon instead of hunting a lion. Honestly, I think that thing on my fireplace would be way better.
Yeah,
Yeah, lion, I can get you any other day, but demon, that's a once in a lifetime, right there. Let's see here. 100K was offered for the capture of the Jersey Devil, dead or alive. Several reports of the Jersey Devil's death also proved to be inconclusive, and even the scientific community could not explain its existence. Belief in the Jersey Devil is quite real and based on records, on concrete occurrences, reliable people, including police, government officials, and businessmen, and many others who integrity is beyond question, have witnessed the devil's activities to this day. People travel down the Garden State Parkway or the Atlantic City Expressway, report sightings of something, or tell stories of strange occurrences. Many continue to believe that this legendary being is still around, disturbing the region, and will continue to do so for generations to come. That is the Jersey Devil.
I'm good friends with
Okay.
him.
Okay. Cool thought, cool pitch. What if you know how we have Godzilla versus like different monsters and King Kong and whatnot?
Yeah.
Jersey Devil versus Mothman. Hear me out.
Okay.
The
Okay.
perfect
Oh, you
Hear
mean
monster.
me
I
Beans
got
out.
I
versus
got the
him?
perfect monster.
Beans could take anybody in a fight. Look at
That's
him.
true. That guy
He could beat
that's
out
Beans
all of
right
us
there.
at arm
Ladies and
wrestling right
gentlemen
now
at
if he
Honestly,
home.
really
For
wanted.
our video watchers and not listeners, we have a Mothman plushie, and his name is Beans.
yeah.
Its name, her name, I don't know.
Apollo, please explain why Beans is named Beans.
So, if you don't know, there's a Mothman statue. I forget what state it is. I feel like it might be Montana. Correct me if I'm wrong.
West Virginia.
But West Virginia, there's a Mothman statue
Montana.
there, and for some reason, somebody stuck a can of beans in his hand one day, and Gen Z took the liberty of saying, a sacrifice, and stuck a whole bunch of beans around the statue. Just
True.
hundreds of cans of beans.
What,
Yeah.
didn't they do that because it fits so perfectly in his hand?
Yeah, it fit perfectly in his hands. So then, but Gen Z said, yes, beans. People
All
literally
right.
travel there just to leave cans of beans to him.
I
So,
I think you should mega
Mothman.
evolve or fucking evolve Beans to fight Jersey Devil because Jersey Devil's a top competitor. You see his bounty, 100K. What bounty does Mothman have?
I bet my
Mothman's a
bounty
cool
on
dude. He doesn't
my
need no bounty.
creature could. Mothman's seen as good. That's why my creature could beat yours in bounty competition, and I know that for a fact. So
You
why don't we
ready?
get into that, huh?
All right, you're next. Sorry, Paulo.
All right, that's all right. I think is that all
Wait,
right?
me?
Yeah, is
You?
it all right that I go
Me?
first? Will I go
You
before
go
you?
first. You want to
Okay.
talk about your monster?
All right,
Go.
All right, perfect. My monster
let
is
me put a picture.
so let me just put you in perspective here. So yeah, you get hired by an older gentleman, white bushy mustache, and a rifle, Kentucky rifle. You know, you ask him, "Oh, so what do you do?" You ask for a hunting buddy. You ask him, what are we hunting? He goes, monsters, my boy. And you go out. You hear a terrible sound in the woods. The man flakes. He's a coward. He starts running. What are you gonna do alone? You sprint after him. You know you're not about to die to some monster. You get home to the village. You know you're about to tell your story to the local pub, and then the man goes, "It was the Snallygaster, I tell you." And by God, if that's not an introduction, I don't know what is.
The
That's
Snallygaster people.
I want to preference this with I asked him what he was doing his murder on because I wanted to make sure we weren't doing the same thing. And then he said the Snallygaster, and I'm like, that's not a murder.
well, it could have been. But you know that's gonna be my murder alias.
I mean, the
You
Snallygaster
know,
did
John Wayne
snatch
Gacy
children.
had like what was his name, Tutu the clown or something?
The
I don't
Popo the
remember.
clown.
Popo, yeah, I'll be the Snallygaster
Pogo.
murderer. Pogo. All right, nice.
I can't with you guys.
Anyway,
You're literally killing me. We talked about him like 5 minutes ago.
listen, I'm still listening to Cantina theme. Okay, it took that memory right away.
The
Washed it, dude.
Snallygaster. Can
All
you
right.
describe to me what we're looking at here?
So the Snallygaster is seen as it was a German reptile like chimera creature. German immigrants that came to America made sightings. It was inspired from a half. Is described as a monster with a metallic beak, blood-sucking beak with teeth, tentacles sometimes. And even it's a half bird, half reptile, metallic eagle with tentacles that sucks the blood out of livestock.
So
And it's
the chupacabra, but with
So,
tentacles.
okay,
it's basically the Jabberwocky and the Chupacabra
But
crossbred.
they
They
had
made
a
the
baby,
Snallygaster.
and it
So-
has tentacles.
So basically, cryptids they're in several categories. The Jersey Devil is a dragon demon type being. The Snallygaster is
Also,
is also in the dragon category. So this fight might be the most epic. Vampiric dragon. This fight might be the best battle.
vampiric.
Means you can sit this one out. I don't want you getting hurt.
All right, yeah. So this creature, you'll never guess where it was sighted a lot. Washington D.C. metro area. Yeah, crazy. Sighted, yeah. Central Maryland to Washington D.C., the metro area. And yeah, it's absolutely baffling to me that they didn't catch him after all this time. He's still out there. You could look for yourself.
Goofy ass name and
Go
goofy
to
ass
Maryland.
face.
Well,
New
the
Jersey-
name actually is a German name from the words Schnellergeist, which means fast ghost or quick ghost in German.
Geist means ghost, so yeah, you're quite
Yeah.
correct. Oh,
Yeah, and
Schnell!
Schnell-
Oh, I learned that today in German class.
Good.
Schnell means fast.
Yeah,
So
Schnellergeist.
Schnellergeist, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a quick ghost. It's a
Name
it's a
just
creature.
gets funnier every time you
It was also inspired by a siren, like the Greek mermaids that would sing people to their death. Yeah, it's described as a half bird with features of a siren with nightmarish features of demons and ghouls. So all my ghouls out there, they look like you.
Can't say that to
Snallygaster.
our audience. You're gonna hurt their
Any
feelings.
self-identified ghouls out there, I love you. But you are
For
the butt
real,
of some
for
jokes
real.
in this podcast.
You can't say.
I can indeed. Last I checked, ladies, gentlemen, ghouls, snallygasters
I mean, it is spooky.
from all around. Yeah, actually, yeah. I apologize to the ghoul community out there. Yeah, no. So the snallygaster, it was rumored to like come in from the sky like an eagle, pick up, and carry off its victims. That could be anywhere from a newborn child, a whole ass cow, because
Whole
why
ass
not?
cow? What?
A whole ass
whole
cow,
cow.
a horse.
Okay.
Like this thing would pick up people or whatever it was, suck out all their blood and put them conveniently right back where it picked them up from.
Alright,
So
the Jersey
Gently
Devil,
sets you back down.
he's not that strong to the point where he can pick up a fucking cow or a horse. All right, he is fast though. He is fast. My money's still on Jersey Devil. I don't know about your little Schnellergeist man.
well, the snallygaster has a sign that farmers would put on their barns and stuff to keep it away. It's a 7-pointed star, almost like a pentagram, but it has 7 points, and it would keep this creature at bay, which ties into, I believe, its demonic origin. Like,
So is it like a Star of David?
yeah, but with 7 points instead of 6. Star David is 6, I think.
Yeah.
So this thing was rumored to be killed off in the mid 1700s, around 1750, but it was reported to be resurrected in the 1800s to frighten slaves that would be freed after the Civil War. It was used as a deterrent, like, you should stay with us. We put you to work, but we offer you protection from the snallygaster. So this thing has political incantations too.
I don't think the Snallygaster's racist. He'd just eat you anyways.
It's exactly why they used it as a way to keep them in. They're like,
It's
listen,
like the boogeyman for
We have-
children, but instead it's the snallygaster for like the slaves.
yeah,
Don't go outside, children.
Harriet Tubman's worst enemy, the snallygaster.
Harriet Tubman's #1 op.
Can we get some artwork of Harriet Tubman fighting the snallygaster?
Yes,
I'll
yes.
Photoshop it.
With
I'll
her
With
fucking
her,
out like a
with her
fucking
vorpal
six-shooter.
sword. Her vorpal sword used to dismember
I need her
the
to be like
snallygaster.
holding a gun and like the snallygaster just be blah.
Yeah, Snallygaster's like mouths like, sit the fuck down.
From around 1853 to 1909 is when sightings were super popular from the snallygaster. 1909, it says newspaper accounts in February and March in 1909 describe encounters between local residents and a beast with enormous wings, a long pointed bill, claws like steel hooks, and an eye in the center of its forehead. So now it's a cyclops. It changed completely.
Yeah.
And it was.
How many times is it gonna change?
Well, get this. It was described as making screeches like a locomotive whistle. So it sounded like a motherfucking train. John Wayne Gacy loves trains. So.
Oh no, Harriet Tubman's other worst enemy, trains.
It's true.
Railroad. That's why she made it.
She made it.
It was her best. It was helping her.
This is the conspiracy part of our podcast now.
Snallygaster and Harriet Tubman working together.
I think they were. I don't know, maybe working together. Maybe she rode.
Never mind.
I
want a picture of her riding the Snallygaster into battle
with a cutlass, like a pirate
a fucking
sword.
cutlass and like a little cap and ball navy pistol.
Charge! But yeah, so a great deal of like publicity was emerged from the Snallygaster's apparent rise in popularity and horrendous description is what it says here. The Smithsonian Institution, which is a newspaper article, offered a reward for the hide consisting of $3 million.
Huh.
That's a lot of money at the time.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money at the time. I believe it was made as a joke because they didn't believe in it, but whatever. Yeah, the Snallygaster is real, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in it.
I believe too, but I also believe that Le Jersey Devil can fucking kick your ass.
Well, speaking of the Jersey Devil, this thing got so immensely popular at this time, it also U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt,
yeah, this
also
motherfucker right
considered
here.
hunting this guy and canceling yet another African safari to personally hunt the beast.
That's why he's the goat! The goat!
Personally hunted. It was later revealed these reports were part of a hoax perpetrated by Middletown Valley Register editor George C. Roderick and reporter Ralph S. Wolf in an attempt to increase readership.
Yeah.
So
publicity and stuff.
The president fell for a publicity stunt. How crazy is that?
I know, right?
He's like, $3 million. Yes, sir. I want that.
This ties even better into the Jersey Devil here. The descriptions they invented borrowing themes from existing German folklore, including dragon-like creatures who snatched children and livestock, and also appeared to invoke descriptions of the Jersey Devil, which had been spotted mere weeks earlier.
Huh. Are they brothers or are they the
What
same
if they're
thing?
the same thing?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if they're the same thing?
Oh, what if the Jersey Devil is not exclusive to Jersey? Because, you could become a doctor in New Jersey.
Like migration.
failing med
Migration.
school.
Wait.
Fly up north when it's cold.
Oh, big brain moment. What if it's like Sasquatch and the Yeti? Like, they're kind of similar, but they're like
Different
cousins.
species, right?
Subspecies. Yeah, I like where you're going there. Snallygaster, he's got tentacles and shit. Or maybe not. It doesn't... We don't know.
I mean, he sometimes has a cyclops and sometimes has tentacles. We don't really know what he looks like.
Yeah, they kind of lied. It's kind of...
I mean, what do you mean he doesn't look like that? Literally, there's a picture right here. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, see?
Yeah, right there. I see it. Anyways,
I think my monster could kick both of your monsters' butts.
Okay.
Well,
get your monster to at least level 200.
You're not done hearing about the Snallygaster. On June 22nd, 1953, right? Whittick Chambers is the name of this guy. Used the Snallygaster to examine U.S. Senator Joseph McCartney in his essay, "Is Academic Freedom in Danger?"
Oh, Joseph McCartney, the motherfucker that made people like get rid of their fucking jobs because he said you're a fucking communist spy?
Yes.
Oh my god, the
Snallygaster has a ton of deep lore, dude. This is amazing. So, it was Also, the Snallygaster currently, to this day, still has an effect on the U.S. in a booze. It's a festival involving whiskey and such held outside of Washington D.C. every year. It's called the Snallygaster.
Oh,
Do
so
we
it's like
drink until we see the
Oktoberfest?
Snellygaster?
Yeah, you drink. Yeah, and there's some 21st century accounts of him as well. Even in 2008, an author that goes by the name Patrick Boyton published the history of the Snallygaster, the lost legend of Frederick County. Then we're getting into really recent times. Only 11 years ago, the beer festival, Beastly Beer Jamboree, called Snallygaster, started in Washington D.C. So it would be there. I believe it's in October as well. So I mean, this is his 11th year.
Huh.
So by the time this goes up, you're experiencing the Snallygaster Fest. Maybe.
Happy October, Snallygaster, if you're watching this.
Happy Snallygaster.
Yeah, happy
And the beastly,
Schnellergeist.
happy Beastly Beer Jamboree. Don't
Yeah.
forget that. And he was included in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So that's cool.
Wait, which
Nice.
one? Wait, now I gotta go back.
It's the part bird, part reptile thing. With
The thing that makes the sky rain?
bulletproof
I don't know which one.
hide. It was in the book.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it was in the movie.
Aw,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go
He was
look for
also
it.
in the hit game Fallout 76.
Put pictures of it up.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but-
it's like the horrible depiction. It doesn't. It looks more like a fucking goop raptor. Let me put it up. Look at this guy. I mean,
That's
don't
a-
get me wrong.
that's
Fallout
not my-
76.
That's not my Snallygaster.
It could be a good game if it wasn't made by Bethesda. I'm just saying.
We're not a gaming podcast. The Snallygaster now even it's a blended whiskey produced by Dragon Distillery of Frederick County, and it was released in 2018.
Ooh.
And a dairy farm also in Frederick County, Maryland, called South Mountain Creamery produces an ice cream flavor called Snallygaster that has peanut butter flavored ice cream with caramel swirl, peanut butter cups, and pretzels.
So, Gert, you should
Now I
film
want ice
yourself
cream.
with the helmet on, trying out the whiskey for us.
And the Snallygaster ice cream. We'll eat them
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time.
Honestly, bro.
yeah.
Schnallygaster float, but with whiskey.
Maybe. There's one last
Let's not
thing.
kill Gert.
There's one last thing recently.
Alright,
Dude, I
alright.
want to die by double Snally, okay? Let's just talk about that. Last year, a cryptozoologist, which that's my dream job, by the way, by the names of Sarah Cooper, opened a museum to the Snallygaster called the American Snallygaster Museum. And, yeah. It doesn't say where it is. I'm sure you could find it. Just look it up. It's in a town called Liberty Town.
Does your guy have his own museum?
He probably has a place in a museum, but not his own
But
museum.
he doesn't have his own museum. We
Okay,
have a
that's this-
winner.
Now get this, though. It says related creatures include the fearsome critters, which if you don't know about those, look them up sometime. Maybe we'll make an episode on them. And the Goat Man. Somehow,
The goat man.
the Goat Man is related to the Snallygaster, and I'm
How?
not sure
There's
how.
fucking cryptid lores everywhere.
Listen, man, I just picked a cryptid with a funny name that had a lot of interesting stuff about it. So, that's all there is on the Snallygaster. But let's just discuss this thing for a little bit, right? Back to how I introduced this creature, right?
Yeah.
You run into the bar, the old man's saying it's a Snallygaster. You went with him. He asked for your account. What do you say? What do you say you saw? Do you make up a description and just throw out the most outlandish stuff like tentacles, or are you honest?
I tell him the weirdest shit I can think.
And that is why the Snallygaster changes appearance.
Oh, what? It's just for attention?
Oh, he's real. And he looks like me, but he keeps getting accounted differently. He's like me with wings and tentacles and Cyclops eyes.
It's just Gert. We just don't know, but Gert is actually
We have
the
trail cam
Snallygaster.
of footage. We have trail cam footage of Gert actually. It's just in a different
Hunched
computer,
over,
you
eating
know?
some food.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I could dig that up. No promises, audience. I
It
know you
might be
want to
on our
see me.
TikTok, you know, maybe. Who
We're not
knows?
doing a TED Talk. We're not doing that. All right. Any questions about the Snallygaster? I'm open to answer whatever questions you may have.
What color is he?
He's accounted to being a yellow or a gray blue. I don't know what any
I
of these
really
mean.
wanted him to be blue. Now I'm happy.
Also, sometimes described as like swamp green, but that's a
I
boring
have
answer.
one thing for you, Gert.
Yeah. What's it?
Bozo, alright? New Jersey Devil still negs you. He can fucking beat the shit out of you. Ugh.
New artwork idea. Gert and Kurt, but they have stands, and their stands are the Jersey Devil and the Snallygaster.
We don't have an artist. None of these are getting drawn, by the way, audience.
I know, but I'm
Unless
just
we
gonna
talk
keep
about
throwing them
Cherry.
out.
Yeah, Cherry. She
Listen,
can draw it.
I'm just gonna keep throwing shit out there until someone draws.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that is fair.
Every episode, I'm just gonna say shit until it gets true.
All right. From one silly thing to a silly true crime, we have Erica and Benjamin Sifrit. And they were murdered by the failed Navy SEAL Hooters murderer.
Hooters? What?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, dude, this story is wild. I'm gonna need y'all to buckle up, hold on to your hats, and
Oh,
just
okay
sit
then.
down and enjoy. This thing's crazy. All right, so. Oh, I apologize. I was wrong. Erica and Benjamin Sifrit are the murderers. Benjamin's a failed Navy SEAL and Hooters murderer.
Did he murder
So,
a
Eric.
Hoover?
Well, I guess we'll find out, shall we? Erica and Benjamin Sifrit. Erica was born in 1978 and Benjamin in 1977. They were an American couple convicted of murdering two tourists in Ocean City, Maryland. I picked two Maryland things, by the way. I did that on purpose. And this case drew a lot of media attention because, I mean, in 2003, stuff was just wild. This happened in 2003. So, Benjamin is currently serving around 40 years in a correctional facility in Maryland. And Erica is serving a life sentence plus 20 years in a correctional facility. So she got it worse. Freaking Erica, fuck her. Fuck Erica. And Benjamin, fuck him a little less. You know, only 40 years, not life.
I'm sensing hostility towards
Did he
Erica.
snitch everything on her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, they got divorced in 2010 while they were both in prison, by the way. So that's pretty funny already.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I
so
want a divorce.
all three of my things, Erica, Benjamin, and the Snallygaster, they could all be seen at the local zoo exhibit in Maryland. It's true.
Quote him on that.
Yeah.
Quote me on that.
Hold on.
Fact check me. I dare you. So, back in their early lives, right? Erica was born in Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania. You know, a state where she wouldn't be convicted of murder in. And Benjamin was born in Iowa, a state he wouldn't be convicted of murder. They were both 20 years old when they got married. Erica was an honors student and a basketball star in Mary Washington College, which that's pretty prestigious, you know. Women's basketball star and an honors student, that's huge. And Benjamin completed his SEAL training in 1997 in training class 212. So that's also pretty prestigious. They were both.
Wait. He was supposed to be a Navy SEAL?
Yeah, he was supposed to be a Navy SEAL. We're gonna get to why he's not in a moment.
Alright.
But this is pretty prestigious. That's a pretty hard thing to do. But yeah, so due to bad conduct, he got a bad conduct discharge for being AWOL quite often, insubordination, poor performance, and wearing unauthorized insignia. I do believe it was a racially insensitive.
Oh,
Says it start with a swa.
Yeah. So I believe it starts with
Okay.
squaw.
Okay.
He had his Navy enlisted classification for being a SEAL and a combat swimmer revoked. They took it away. So shortly after marrying Erica, they moved to Erica's hometown, actually in Pennsylvania, and they opened a scrapbook store. You know, lovely little family operation, right? And then we get right into the murders. Only 5 short years later, on May 2002, the Sifrits, both 24, met another couple, Joshua Ford and Martha Kirchley, on a vacationing. They were vacationing from Virginia after a night of partying together, right? They at a nightclub in Ocean City, Maryland. The two couples went back to the Sifrits condominium located on Rainbow, 212th Street in Maryland. According to records, the Sifrits claimed Ford and Crutchley stole Erica's purse. So, Benjamin pulled a gun on the couple. You know, obvious reaction, knee jerk. You steal your purse, pull a gun.
You stole my purse.
bang.
So after they retreated to the bathroom, the husband Ford did. He was fatally shot 4 times with Erica's gun. So they just killed him in cold blood.
What
Crutchley
gun
was
was it
also
again?
killed. It didn't say.
It was
Crutchley was
Erica's though,
also
so that's probably why she got more.
yeah. Crutchley was also killed. The investigators read that she was stabbed, but the official cause of death could not be determined from her remains. The bodies were then dismembered and disposed of in a grocery store dumpster in Delaware. In Delaware.
What the fuck?
The remains were transferred to a nearby landfill where they were recovered by searchers 9 days later. So, this is where it gets really wild. Buckle up, everybody. Right? The Sifrits were arrested on May 31st, 2002, when they were caught burglarizing a Hooters restaurant.
What the fuck? Why do you rob a
Why?
Hooters?
Not femboy Hooters, man.
When the police searched Erica's purse, they uncovered the driver's license of Ford and Crutchley, who at this point had been reported missing for multiple days. So Erica confessed to murdering the couple shortly after her apprehension, but claimed the idea was her husband's. That's why I'm saying, fuck her, dude. Honestly, fucking conniving bitch.
Yeah.
She tried to pin the blame on him. I mean, fuck him too. He shot and killed a man, but But because of the heavy publicity of the Hooters murders, the Sifrits trial were moved out of the county. So Benjamin's was held in Rockville, Maryland, and Erica's was held in Frederick, Maryland. At Benjamin's 2003 trial, a 22-year-old woman named Melissa Selling testified she was subject to the same ritual that Joshua and Martha endured, although she was able to avoid being killed. So they had done this before, which makes us question how many people have they killed. They've only been acquitted of these 2. It's the only thing they've not acquitted, convicted of these 2, right? So how many people do you think they could do by that? I mean, there's a lot of party goers. There's a lot of people getting married every day. They're traveling.
14 at least.
At least. That's it's higher than Snallygaster, actually. He has 12 reported kills.
The Snallygaster has killed people?
Reportedly.
Competition, how many has your killed?
The mom died.
1.
Well, he killed his mom.
Yeah.
And the mom wasn't even the same species. It don't count. It's just one person.
It was born from her, so
Okay, but it killed a woman who had just given birth. Like, you hit them while they're weak,
Wait,
man, you
I
know?
don't know why I just imagined him shooting out of her stomach.
No. That's exactly what he did. He like shot out, unfolded his wings, and started flying out the window.
Like
Yeah,
alien.
like a chest burster.
His
Yeah.
umbilical cord was still attached to her, so he dragged her.
This is exactly how Erica was sentenced to prison as well. Anyways, so on April 9th, 2006, Benjamin was convicted of second-degree murder and first-degree assault in the death of Crutchley and was acquitted of all charges in the death of Joshua Ford.
So, what's the difference between first degree murder, second degree murder, and third degree murder?
First degree is highly premeditated and planned out. Second degree, it just kind of happens. There's a little bit of forethought. And third degree, it's happening in the moment. Say you get into a bar fight and you decide to pull a gun and shoot somebody.
Or
No.
if I accidentally run over a dude because he just like
That's manslaughter.
oh
If it's
manslaughter.
vehicular.
accidental.
Yeah, that's vehicular manslaughter.
If it's on purpose, then it's vehicular homicide.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. And first degree assault, that was premeditated. You know, they robbed people that way, just like the woman who avoided being killed, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, he was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Erica's trial started shortly after. I didn't shart. On June 3rd, 2003.
You hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard it too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I accept it.
That's
Sorry.
really
Continue.
yeah.
On June
Continue
11th.
with your shit.
I'll wait. You know who else sharts? The Snallygaster. After eating the Snallygaster flavored ice cream. You know those pretzels? They really do it. Who puts pretzels in ice cream? Clearly the Snallygaster.
Okay, you can go now.
Yeah. On June 11th, she was... All right. Can't go yet.
All
Why
right,
are you
time to
still
go.
laughing?
It'll make Bill's character. Nah, on June 11th, she was convicted of first-degree murder in the death of Ford and second-degree murder in the death of Crutchley, and afterwards was sentenced to life imprisonment plus 20 years. That's pretty big.
Yeah, well, L. I don't know what to say.
L
And-
ratio.
No, the aftermath. This is also a wonderful part of the story, is the aftermath, right? Benjamin filed for divorce, which was granted in August 2010, right? Both the Sifrits have filed numerous appeals, all of which have failed. Benjamin exhausted his last appeal in 2010, 7 years of incarceration, right? He tried to appeal, and nah. Erica's appeal, citing ineffectiveness to counsel, was denied in 2014. Right? That's 11 years. You guys are really going off. I'm just gonna ignore
We've
you.
been sitting too long.
No. We were listening too. Don't worry.
That's why I said I'm gonna ignore you. Now you're gonna ignore me. Don't speak for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Benjamin Sifrit became eligible for parole in 2021, by the way. This is recent.
Do you think he's getting out? What's your opinion on
Well,
that?
his first parole in April 2022 was refused. If he's not granted parole, he will be released in 2030. Erica Sifrit will be eligible for parole in 2024.
I don't think she's getting out.
I don't think she's getting out either, but I chose both these stories because they happened a decent while ago, and they have modern things that have happened in the past year
What
or
does
so.
parole mean?
Basically, you
Release.
have you're allowed to go, but you have a certain set of rules you must follow. And if you can't follow them, you go back to prison and serve the rest of your sentence. So you have to stay within, like, I think it's 5 kilometers or sometimes even 500 feet of your house. You can't leave. You can't do this. Maybe you can't go on the internet. Depends on what the crime is. Like, a lot of the times when parole is granted to, say, people who have groomed people on the internet, they're not allowed to use the internet and have any form of social media.
They
at
also
all.
have to be within a certain space away from schools
Yes.
and notify their neighbors.
They have to. Well, they don't have to notify their neighbors anymore because of recent laws, and you could look them up on the sex offender registry. But yes,
Yeah.
Well, the main problem with it was that people were just like on there, and then people were just beating the shit out of them.
like the Alaska Avenger. That's a cool murder story. I fully agree with those
We
murders.
should talk about that.
We should talk about him. Yeah.
I really want to
Next
talk about
episode,
death row
probably.
meals and crimes that turned into like Hollywood movies.
We could do that sometime.
Well,
Obviously, it's
there's
gonna be
one more trivia fact on my murders. Then you want to take it away, Apollo? With yours? All right. There was a book written called "Cruel Death" written by M. William Phillips. It was released about this case, and I actually downloaded a PDF. I haven't read it yet though, so look out for that.
Tell us how it goes. Give us a honest review.
Yeah, I'll give you an honest review. I can't
All right, let me
read books though. All right, now take it away.
Do you want my super strong buff monster? Or do you want my murder first?
It's the monster and murder first. Let's keep it on topic.
Let me turn around so my leg trackers turn back on.
Take your time.
I wrote down all my notes. None of them are legible.
I feel that.
What are you doing?
I'm clapping. Clap, 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 clap.
Oh. Well, all your hands never contacted with each other, so you just you look like you're making a ball. Okay. Okay, so picture this. We're in Fresno and it's 2007. Do you know what we're going to talk about, Gert?
Why don't you tell me?
So, a man named Jose noticed that stuff was going missing off of his porch. So he started to install security cameras in hopes of like figuring out, who's stealing my stuff. But instead of catching a burglar, he caught a weird moving silhouette of a small little creature with 2 legs and no arms.
Are these the talking pants? Not the talking pants, the walking pants.
Yeah, we're talking about the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yeah,
the
walking pants, the little goobers.
I love those guys.
They're amazing.
Yeah, mine can kick both of your guys' butts.
Aww.
Like he's gonna
literally that's the only option he has. He can only kick their butts.
Yeah.
Can't do anything else to him.
Don't make fun of his no arms.
I don't think they have mouths either
So,
from what we've seen.
So he's not
they
talking
only
pants.
have eyes.
Yeah,
so
they're only eyes.
like they're
legs.
glowing.
Absolute unit.
There's really not that much information on it, but there are theories about them being aliens. But did you know that the Nightcrawlers are not just in Fresno? They're actually widely seen in Poland.
Poland?
They're Polish?
Yeah, Poland.
I know a guy.
Nightcrawlers.
I know a guy. I'll get him to go hunting with me.
And they were also seen up in Yosemite.
All right,
and
open up that gun cabinet. We're going hunting.
No, not the little guys. Not the little guys.
What gun do you think I should take?
Beans, cover your eyes.
Ooh.
I think I just need the handgun. I don't think I need the anti-material rifle.
No.
Maybe the katana up there, actually.
Oh, actually, you don't want to touch that.
Like
that's the legendary Muramasa blade from Japanese mythology, the demon blade. You don't
I like how
that.
we discussed your guys' things, which sound super spooky and like killery, and we discussed my walking pants, and instantaneously we're like, oh, we gotta go kill those.
Well, I love the Snally Gaster. Team Snally, bro.
Team
represent.
But it's like
Jersey Devil.
Your things killed people's. Mine are just walking pants.
I mean, mine
Why
didn't
are
kill people. Mine just
hunts
animals and kind of dragged its mom from the umbilical cord up into the sky.
Well, there's a hockey team called the Jersey Devil.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So really, there is a team Devils.
Honestly, you should use the MK18 Mjolnir on the Fresno Nightcrawler. That'll put them down for sure.
That is good. To be fair, it definitely would.
I'm never telling you guys about things I like again.
No,
No,
we're
go off.
joking.
Well, tell us
Yeah,
more
yeah.
about the pants. Do you have any
Alright.
merchandise, maybe?
Just take the wings off Beans, and he'd also be one.
Oh, well, let me put a picture
Oh,
of
you're
that up on the
right.
screen. Let's pull a picture of the pants up.
Hold on. Let me do that real quick. Or it should be up now. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
that's
it's
a
right there.
picture of real pants. We need
Oh,
a picture of
sorry.
the.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Alright, there you
let's
go.
get a side by side, like a pair of jeans
Yeah,
not
hold
being
on.
worn next to those
Those
guys.
frozen jeans that stand
Yeah.
up.
Let me
Fresno
let me
Night.
drag it next to the image. There you go. Look at 'em.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's
They do
I
look the
don't
the
see a
same.
resemblance is uncanny.
I don't see a difference.
They're the same, dude.
Same guy.
The same guy, yeah.
It's only one guy. Is there multiple? Is there only one?
I mean, there's
There's only
only
one.
been two ever seen.
There's
Two
only
together.
one Snallygaster. There's only one. I think it's an even fight. 2v1. That's
2v1?
that's tough.
Okay, so there's the one that was seen on the video camera down in Fresno, and then there's the two that were seen up in Yosemite. Not to mention all of whatever the Polish ones are. So it might be an army.
Goblins.
Might be an
Doesn't-
army.
I think those are
They're all
just
gonna
Polish
kick your butts.
residents. To be honest, gotta go our Polish
It's
listeners.
just Polish ladies and they're cold, so they pull their pants up all the way.
Yeah,
Walk
and then
around
they
like
put their
that.
arms down in their leggings.
Shabarushki.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah. There was a TikTok trend, and I made a reference one time about the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Like, damn, y'all look like Fresno Nightcrawlers when they're doing that.
That's absolutely wild. So, is that all there is about the little
What
pants?
are you eating right now?
Water.
Delicious.
Yum.
Keep my talking voice on top.
Well, I didn't like do paragraphs of mine.
Oh, that's perfect because we're almost at the 1 hour.
I know we're
30
almost
mark.
at the time mark, so I
Yeah,
figure
we're 1 hour and
perfect.
26 minutes in.
That's perfect because mine is a very short story about a German family who lived on a farm back in 1920, and one day they woke up and there were like footprints leading into their house
Yeah.
from the woods, and they got concerned, so they looked around, couldn't find anything, like nothing out of the ordinary. A week later, their maid quit because she heard demonic voices from their attic.
Ooh.
So after she quit, they went up there, they looked around, nothing. But slowly, each of them also started to hear the noises.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they told their neighbors and stuff. So this is not like a secret thing that like this is a real thing. Eventually something lured all of them up there one by one, not all together, one by one, and killed them.
What the fuck?
Wait, this gets even weirder because their neighbors didn't know for weeks because their chimney kept going with black smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
burning
something
the
was in
body?
there cooking or doing something. And slowly their neighbors realized they hadn't actually seen them go outside. So they went to check on them. All of them dead, like mutilated.
Holy shit.
I believe I can't pronounce if I butcher this name, I'm so sorry, but it's like the Hinterkaifeck murders.
Hinterkaifeck murders?
Yes.
I have heard of those. Only by name. I've never actually heard the story. That's interesting.
1920 Germany. And no one knows anything about it because no one ever left the house. There were only the footprints into the house.
Damn, I'm getting chills from hearing that.
So mine is kind of like a spooky thing.
Mm-hmm,
I don't know if that's a. So we don't know
Listeners.
what killed them.
Look behind you.
I'm
Bah!
always watching.
Spooky.
Wah! Kurt jump scare.
So
Wow.
yeah, those were my stories. Sorry, mine was kind of a campfire story-ish,
No,
but
no,
it's true.
Fine, it's fine.
That's
If it's a
perfect.
true,
Sets up
if it's
perfect with the
true murder
timeline.
case, then that's good enough for us.
I was gonna talk about the guy who got stuck in a toilet and died, but no one knows how he fit in the toilet. So,
Isn't that just
but
Elvis Presley? He died on the shitter.
No, so this Japanese man crawled inside of a toilet, but the way he was in there, there's no way he went in by himself. Like, there's no way. And so he died in there, like hypothermia kicked in because it's one of those ground toilets and it's outside in a campsite.
Reminds me of that hotel where the lady was killed and put in the water. You know the elevator footage.
That one.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but yeah, it
Yeah.
involves like paranormal, but also true crime at the same time. It's really
The
mysterious.
elevator footage glitched, and then she was found dead in the water. After a guest, it's similar to that. It reminds me of that.
It was like the water tastes funny.
The water tastes funny, and it was discolored. So people were
drinking dead people.
They were drinking, brushing their teeth, washing their hands, bathing, just dead people for weeks. And it's that hotel is actually regarded as one of the most haunted hotels of all time. It's in California, of all places.
I mean, no wonder. It's like fucking the most paranormal things that
It
happen
is.
in that
It's
hotel.
right. It's
is
also
believed.
right. The funny thing is, it's right next to Skid Road, which is where all the homeless. I'm sorry, I'm from California. Where all the homeless people live, right?
Yeah.
They won't squat in the building because they're afraid of it.
Well,
It's
no
believed
wonder.
that the Zodiac killer stayed there for a lot of his murders as well.
Yeah. There's actually I forget who he is, but he has like. Who is the killer? There was a killer that stayed there, that actually stayed there. And for a while, people thought that she was one of his victims. Like,
I don't.
Ramirez.
wasn't it
Ramirez. Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Right?
Yeah.
Ramirez.
You're not Charles Manson. I want to say Charles Manson for some reason.
He had like he carved shit on his hands. I'm not too familiar with his stuff, but people thought for a while that she was one of his victims. Like when it came out that he was there.
That's absolutely wild. And I think is that a wrap?
Yeah, that's a wrap. All right, guys.
All right.
That's the first episode.
Good
Come afternoon. Good night.
Great outro.
And stay interesting.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Hi.